Hey guys, welcome back. This is me Salman, and in today's video we are going to be discussing about Azure Resource Groups. So our first question would be, what is a what is a resource group? So yeah, what is a resource group? So a resource group is basically a logical collection of resources that is used for an application. So just to write that down, what I can do is a logical collection of resources for a specific application. So, what is a resource group? A resource group is a logical collection of resources for a specific application. So, just we can get it a bit better. So, for example, let's take I need to create an airline management system. So I need to create an airline management system. So I have multiple resources, right? I would require an app service. Let's say I do require a virtual machine and I do require an SQL database. So what happens is I have three resources for my airline management system. So what I could say is I can create a resource group and I can name it airline management system, and then I can store these three resources in my resource group. So basically I am logically it's a logical collection of resources for a specific application. Now let's take I have a different application, for example, an hostel management system. I am having a hostel management system. Again, let's take for here, I only have a virtual machine and I have a MongoDB, okay, for a database. So again, I have two resources and these two resources are required for a hostel management system. So what I could do is I can create another resource group. I can name the resource group as hostel management system, and then I can store these two resources in my hostel management system. So I'm again logically collecting resources and storing them in their specific resource group. So again, a logical collection of resources for a specific application. Now, the advantage of this, what it is that when you are creating resources, you may have multiple of applications. Okay, let's take all of these circles of applications. You may have about 7 applications over here, and these 7 applications may have many overlapping resources. For example, you may app service and VMs and maybe your databases. These services could be overlapping from many applications. So if we're able to logically group them, it would be easy for us to work. So for example, if I did not group them, let's take we have a VM for both our airline and system. I wanted to make a change to the VM of the airline management system, but I made a change to the VM of the hostel management system. So what would happen is our hostel management system would crash completely and I would have to revert back to the old settings. To instead of, having this thing, we can basically create a resource group and we can directly go and access that resource group. Now again, I will show you guys this on Azure Portal. So as you can see, this is our Azure Portal. I have resource groups right over here. Again, if you do not have resource groups, there's two ways you can do it. One, you can go up in the side panel and you can click on resource groups, or you could search for resource groups up in the search bar. So I would click on resource groups, the resource groups open. We're going to click on this button that says create, and then I click on this button that says create, wait for the thing to load up, and now this is our creator resource group. So again, you can read the definition that Azure provides a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. I can just zoom this a bit in so you guys are able to view it. And the resource group can include all those resources for the solution. Okay. So let's say you can choose a subscription whatsoever it is and a resource group. So I'm going to name my resource group. So for this, I'm going to name this as Azure 101. So as this is an Azure 101, and then you can choose your region where you would like your resource group to be. You could choose any region you want to. I would be sticking with the East US. You can move on to review and create, you can go, it can say validation has been passed. Again, you can see your subscription, your resource group, that is Azure 101, whatever you have named it, and the region is East US or whatsoever you have decided, and you can click on create. Zoom out a bit too, huge. Yeah. So as you can see, the first thing I can see Azure 101 and my subscription and my location. I can click on Azure 101, and this will open up the Azure resource group. As you can see, the resource group is great. And now here we could further create resources. As you can see, we have no resources available as of right now. So we could normally click on create and we could create any resources we wanted to create. So this is basically how you can create a resource group, and you can logically collect resources and put them under one application. So I would recommend, please do create resource groups as I created Azure 101. For you guys to follow along, if you're interested, you could create a resource group that's Azure 101 tutorials or anything you would like to name it. And your resources groups, again, should be application specific. So hope you guys like the video. If you did like the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any content that you wish that you want me to cover, please do comment down below. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care. See you. Bye bye.